Hi, I am Richard, CEO of altFINS. In this trading video, I will look at a couple of trade setups and do technical analysis of Quant, QNT, and Monero, XMR. One of them is trading in descending triangle pattern. The other is in an uptrend, pushing up against a resistance. I'll also show you how to create a simple alert to stay on top of potential pattern breakouts, as well as resistance and support breakouts. First of all, this video is for informational purposes only, not meant to be financial advice, and do your own research. All right, let's go to the market highlights section. Under the crypto analytics, market highlights is where we have some of our favorite market scans, already preset market scans, that provide a good starting point for trade idea discovery, in my opinion. As I scroll down, as you can see, you can find coins that are perhaps breaking out of some bullish patterns here, like pennant, triangle, falling wedge. You can also see coins that are in a strong uptrend across short-term, medium, and long-term horizon. Coins that have been recently upgraded on a short-term basis to an up or strong up. But the two that I'm most interested in is coins that have an early bullish momentum inflection, which means they are sort of swinging up. And on that list, we see Monero and Quant. And then below that is a similar list, but with the additional filter condition, which says only coins that are in an uptrend on a medium-term horizon and also have a fresh momentum inflection. So are up in an uptrend, but also are in an upswing. All right, so that's also Monero. So let's take a look at that first. All right, so this is a very specific market scan. Only two out of over 2,600 assets that we monitor, only two actually satisfy these criteria, which is that they are in an uptrend on the medium-term basis, and their MACD histogram is improving. And you can see that right here. The histogram bars are improving, which means that the price has stopped pulling back and has begun to swing back up. Let's take a look at the candlestick chart. Similarly for THN, the MACD histogram bars are improving, rising again, which is indicative of the fact that the pullback perhaps has found support here. There's buyers that have now begun to soak up the supply, and there's a good possibility that this price will retrace its way back up to that top. Now, in the case of Monero, let's take a look at, first of all, let's take a look at the trends. As I mentioned, the filter condition of this market scan is that we want all coins that are in an uptrend or strong uptrend on a medium-term basis. Monero satisfied this condition. So we're trading with the trend. Trend is our friend if we're going to be buying. Now, the other thing I wanted to take a look at is a longer-term chart. All right, as you can see, $170 is a resistance area where this price has been rejected. It was rejected here in early July. Now we're approaching it again, but if you look back, even here we got close. It was 165 was the high. Back here in February of this year, 168 or 9 was the high, right? So consistently, this level is where sellers emerge, and there's increase in selling or supply, and where the buyers get overwhelmed by the sellers and it's gotten rejected. So what we kind of need to see here, clearly it's in an uptrend, and that uptrend could continue if the price is able to break above the $170 and could continue to the next resistance area. Now, for Monero, we actually have a technical analysis here that you can utilize that explains the trade setup. It says it's neutral right now because it's approaching resistance. and we kind of need to break above that resistance level right here. This is what we discussed. You can see also in the chart, $170 is resistance zone, right? If you break above that, there's a good chance that we'll get to 187, so maybe a 10% upside potential from there on. Alternatively, we would be buying it on any pullbacks to the moving average. The 200-day moving average is actually acting as a support level, a dynamic support level right here. The price pulled back to 200-day moving average and bounced back up. So 200-day moving average is the first sort of support level. The next one, if I look back at the technical analysis chart, the next one below that is $150. All right, so what I'm saying is here is that I like it, but I want to pick the right entry in this uptrend. I want to participate in this uptrend if it continues. So I want to make sure that I'm get alerted when the last price is above, let's call it $172. Because it's not never a specific level, but it's more of a range. So I want to give it a little more. I want to set the bar a little higher and say, okay, when it's above 172, I want to be alerted. So I set the alert right there. On the downside, if it goes below, I mentioned that the next support level that I'd be interested in buying it at would be $150, right? That might look like an interesting pullback. So I'm going to say, alert me when when the price dips below 155. I'm going to be alerted, and then I'll come back to it and see what the situation is and whether I want to pull the trigger and buy it. So either it's breaking above the 170 resistance area and continues in its uptrend, or it pulls back to 155, in which case it'll be my swing entry on the pullback. So that's Monero. The other one that was, I believe, on that list, let's go back to market highlights, was Quant, right? It's seeing or experiencing a bullish momentum inflection. So it's in an upswing, but it may not be, or actually it is not, in an uptrend. There's a difference. In fact, let's take a look at the trend tab here. As you can see, Quant is in a strong downtrend, in fact, across all three time horizons, right? So this is a bit different situation, but when I analyze it, okay, why did it appear on this search or market scan? First of all, let's extend the time horizon here to 6 months. I'm going to turn off some of these moving averages. And the reason it's appeared in the screen is because the momentum was improving, but it could be sort of an upswing. But the other thing that I kind of like, if I actually extend the time horizon even further to 1 year, is that it's back to that $100 support level. How do I know it's a support level? Because it's a level where the price has bounced off of and respected in the past. Right here, this is in late 2022, early 2023, before a big rally, right? It held, the support held here in May and again in June, right? So there's a good chance that I think the support will hold here again. But overall, we have a downtrend. In fact, if you look at the technical analysis section here, this is another one of those assets where we have our own internal analysis. It's trading in a descending triangle. Descending triangle is characterized as the upswing highs are declining, whereas the triangle base here is a horizontal support area around that $100 level, right? In fact, recently this year, it was also trading a descending triangle, and then it broke out of that and had a nice run. So I'm gonna wait here again. I gotta wait here for a breakout in either direction. That would basically give me some clues as to, as to whether the price action following the next few weeks will be bullish. If it breaks out bullishly out of that descending triangle right here, this is sort of descending triangle here. If it breaks out bullishly above, then it's likely to retrace back to $120, which is where it was back here in June, right? If it breaks below $100 or so, let's call it $95 or so, then we're in trouble. Then this one is going to go yet lower and continue its in its downtrend, which is it is right now. So this is a bit higher risk trade setup if I'm going to go long, if I'm going to buy it, because overall it's in a downtrend. So I would be trading against the trend. So this would be a reversal, a trend reversal trade, as opposed to trend continuation trade. Trend reversal trades assume that the trend will reverse from bearish to bullish. And that's a bit higher risk than trading with the trend. But sometimes they can offer some really big gains. So, but in either way, here I'd say, I want to see when the price breaks back above 105, which was kind of the last kind of minor upswing. If it breaks above that, then we may be looking at a bullish breakout of the descending triangle. So again, back to the alerts. It says, okay, alert me when the price breaks above 105. And vice versa, I want to be alerted when the price breaks below $100, but really let's give it some cushion or some leeway and say, alert me when it really dips below $95, because these things tend to be not specific levels, but zones, right? The prices can shoot below the specific $100 level, but really bounces back up. So I don't want to panic if it breaks below 100, but if it breaks below 95, then we're looking at a bearish breakout from the descending triangle. So alert me when the price breaks below 95. All right, so now I have two trade setups that I have basically identified, and I'm going to be acting on depending on what the next few days price action tells me. And you can see these, or I can see these alerts in my alert management section, right? Monero and Quant. I can delete these or disable them in the future, but the alert notifications will be here, and also I'll get an email. All right, everyone. Well, I hope this has been helpful. Again, focus on how this platform can help you in identifying potential trade setups, either through the preset market scans or some of the technical analyses that you can find under the also technical analysis section here, that I encourage you to leverage to your benefit as well. Thank you, and if you have any questions, please email us at invest@altfins.com, and good luck trading.